left the last video with a kind of a cliffhanger because I guess I was just kind of moving my cursor around like a wild man and not really paying attention to the cursor. I'm actually here right now because I'm trying to look at the options because this music is insanely loud. I'm looking to see if I can turn the music down on this because the music is ridiculously loud. I was trying to commentate on the last video on the bead chests, and the bead chests were so loud that it drowned me out.
Welcome to Henna's Chapel, my friends. I am Jana. What a lovely day it is.
Yes. Why, yes, it is a lovely day. We were hoping you could help us find another child of Henna. His name is Simon.
I haven't met him, but a stranger is just a friend whose name you do not know.
Unless it happens to be a stranger with a knife at your throat.
Maybe you've heard tell of him then. He serves somewhere in this area.
Oh, now I recollect. The child Simon was reassigned by the revered hand. I was honored to replace him at this chapel.
I'm surprised to see a chapel of Henna in Chuno. From what I've seen, it looks like the people around here worship trees, not the triune.
Oh no, the people of Chuno believe in the triune, as do all the people of Antara. Chuni's tree reverence is a matter of long-standing tradition and respect, but they do not worship them as deities.
Who is the revered hand?
Mar, the revered hand of the children, he lives in the glorious cathedral of Ticoro. He is the eye that watches o'er us. He is the heart that beats for us. He is the voice that commands us. He is the hand.
How old is this tradition?
I'm not from Chuno, but when I was assigned to this chapel, I did some research. The tradition is quite ancient, dating back hundreds of years to after the disaster that created the waste. That catastrophe destroyed the previous Chunese civilization, leaving a shattered, dispirited people. The process of renewal began with the creation of the ancestral tree tradition. It has since come to symbolize the cycle of nature, the strength of these people, and their ties to the past. If you'd like to know more, ask the Sisters of Sanhedrin. Their healing efforts had much to do with the Chunese resurgence. Join me in a song of joy. Dewdrops on the spider web, sparkling in the morning sun.
Come on, Aaron, we should go.
Maybe sometime we could come back. I'd like very much to hear how that song ends.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap a few things up. So basically, she told me to go to Mar, who's outside of Ticoro. Explore up here. She really wants to hit Aaron with those arrows. looks like I finally picked up cold magic when he used the cold magic last time, that Chuman mage. forgetting to even put that on. The ring of welcoming. But I mean, it kind of matters when they're gonna do that to you. When they're gonna trap the chest. It's a pretty well-known bug right here. So you cannot move this direction. Look at this. There's just like an invisible force field preventing you from going there. Obviously they don't intend on you going that way at this point in the game, but instead of putting something in there to say, hey, don't go this way, they kind of blocked it off without saying anything. So I guess it's time to wrap up some quests here. Let's see. Here. So I got one for, I gotta wrap up here for, I forgot I didn't even go this way. Well, I know one was to go to Isten, because that one lady needed the Sinadrin, the Sisters of Sinadrin for sister, daughter. And one is we have to solve Brian Castier's quest. And then we also, of course, our final quest is we need to locate the Shepherd's headquarters. She told me that Philip Marr relocated Simon, so I need to find Philip Marr and talk to him outside of Ticoro. And of course, Naomi, I planted her nutrients, and so I need to go back and talk to her, but that's on the way, of course, over to Ticoro. I'm going to try to do this, and I've assumed we gotta go to Isten, and then back to the lady, and then back around. So I'm trying to do it in the most logical way possible. Fight like mass lifts. They like to, stand around. They like to spread out so they can shoot you. So many battles, but we are so outnumbered. My gosh. would have been a good one if I had. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna survive this one. This is why it's so much easier to just like overplay than underplay. You know, to just go around and get as much skills as possible. This is also why speed runs are so difficult on this. You know, like most nobody does a speed run. I might try it at one point, but man, even without a speed run, these guys are rough. getting hit like every single time. Like, what is his defense? Like, jeez. I mentioned this before. Schumann, I don't know what it is about the waste that, like that mutation, but man, it gave them like superhuman sight. They're really hard to sneak up on. Like, they just spotted me from a mile away.
Shh.
That should be all the enemies, so to be able to finally, go to Isten and complete my quests. William touched his braid in a gesture of courtesy and acknowledgement. It is kind of you, revered sister, but before availing ourselves of your hospitality, we must deliver an urgent message. There's an Everton woman, Natalie by name, inflicted with the pox and expecting a baby at any time. Her sister begs you or one of your sisters to go to Everton to help with the birth. Sister Senena grasped William's hands. I will send our most skilled healers to her bedside immediately. You have performed a good deed in a cruel world. Sinadrin blesses you. Nobody in the pews in this one. We have the same looking girl here, but Natalie's sister came outside when she saw who was at the door. I cannot begin to tell you how grateful I am. The sisters are with her now, It's too early to tell, but they've managed to bring her fever down at least. We can only pray that the birth will be easy and the baby healthy. We will add our prayers to yours. The sister handed him a key. Without you, my sister and her child would have died. I want to give you something for your kindness. This is the key to my house just down the road. I don't have much, but what's theirs is yours. There is yours. Embarrassed, Aaron protested. No, that's quite all right. We don't need... The woman shushed him. I insist. So she gave me a blue key, it looks like. So I can go to her house and take things out of it. Okay, thanks, lady. The key turned smoothly in the lock. As Aaron opened the door, he muttered, I can't help but feel like a thief. William entered the home of Natalie's sister. We don't have to take everything, Aaron, just enough to make her feel like she's repaid us for our trouble. And I've been carrying this bucket around, and there's a bucket here already. Interesting. Well, we got shovels and Fidali paste. She can keep her bucket. All right. Interesting that they let me do that again. But okay. I'm looking for G fail. There we go. The lucky charm. The charm was one of the few items Shaka ever exchanged with outsiders. Woven from their own feathers, it was valued not just for the good fortune it was reputed to hold, but because the Shaka only bestowed them as gifts of respect or appreciation. This is one of the best items in the game. So yeah, I'm going to take it. And I'm going to wear it. Boom. Thank you, Shaka. And read this shit. Aaron studied Cassier's notes on the nature of motion, struggling to comprehend the author's arcane notations and obscure nomenclature. When he finished, Aaron felt he had sufficient grasp of the concepts to experiment on his own. So this is if you somehow didn't get movement yet. It brings up movement. All right. There's also a note here. And there's a guy standing here watching me. Gerard Fail glared at them from the path. I trust you found everything you were looking for? No. I mean, William stepped in smoothly. We just came by to return your key. We found it. William broke off as Fail drew his sword in advance. You should learn to mind your own business. William drew his own weapon, muttering, people keep telling me that. So this guy has got very high defense. He's a very ballsy guy to be trying to fight us one-on-one. I really don't recommend doing that if you were him, but I'm going to let him advance because I don't want him to escape. So let's beat this dude down. Alright. So let's read the letter that was in here. With this oh, wrong one. That's my insurance policy. Hold on. Let me get the other letter. Gerard, this is not the first time you have accused me unjustly. Your contact's information was incorrect. Let me hasten to assure you that after accounting for transportation costs and payment to officials and information brokers, your share is exactly as we agreed, 50-50. I'll be happy to go over the particulars when you arrive to prove once and for all I would never cheat a partner. Of course, I'm just gonna throw that in the garbage for now. But basically, this guy, Gerard, killed him. Killed Brian Castillo. And he gave me, and in that last letter, in the first letter we found in Brian's house, it was a key. He had found this guy's, he found keys to this guy's house and he gave them to us. he hid it from him, and this guy wants to get wanted to get his stuff back. Also, he was not trading solely in linen, obviously. He was trading weapons with the Mayrat. That's why he was keeping such disreputable company. So I'm gonna go sell that stuff that I had here. Let's go take care of did he hit me? I can't remember. Yeah, he did hit me. Okay. I'm gonna sell some stuff here and go on. I believe there's one last thing here. I can talk to this guy. Breastplates are worth a lot of money, you know. The merchant bustled around in the back of his shop at William's hello. He turned and welcomed the party back. I'll be with you in a minute. You caught me right in the middle of taking inventory. As you can see, things are still pretty unorganized around here. If you ever see my aunt again, you can bet she'll hear an earful. I have a choice as I can give Fail's Burlas to him, and in return, what he gives you is he'll give you a Montari chainmail, which is nice if you don't have that already, but I think I'm just going to, in my case, I'm not going to do that because I'd rather keep the money. I know, kind of greedy, but oh well. Now I'm gonna head back to Naomi. And I planted those minerals for her. Nutrients, rather. Let's see what she gives me. Before I get to her, there's one last thing. If you haven't figured it out, which I know nobody's watching this, but even if you did, you still probably wouldn't get it. He mentions, Jägermeister mentioned something. Oh, did I open this? No, I did not. So let's do that in a second. Okay, he mentioned that he was showing off an authentic Chinese idol. And the guy who lost his tree, that got his tree cut down, said it's probably in some Jaeger's house right now. And this old lady gave me this key that said that it was dropped nearby that guy's house. Well, here it is. It was a key to Jägermeister's house. The key turned in the lock with a soft click. William cautiously opened the door. Come on, Aaron. The room was dark and quiet, though the companions could hear party noise in the rest of the house. Opening the adjoining door a crack, William peeked out. The party was in full swing. Nobles and wealthy merchants guzzled wine and munched cheese with pickles and enthusiasm. William quickly closed the door. Now that his eyes had grown accustomed to the dark, he saw that he and Aaron were in the Jaegers art gallery. We've got to work fast. They could come in here at any second. It's a tree idol. The polished wood statue evoked a visceral reaction, simultaneously revolting and compelling. Where Gerolf woodwork illuminated the material's natural form and beauty, it was almost as if the wood had been forced into something it didn't want to be. So that Jaeger stole that dude, cut down that guy's tree that had been in there for 6 generations and made this little statue made. It might take you a while to figure that out, especially the first time you play this game, but I mean, you really pay attention to the details, and this is kind of what you'll figure it out quite easily. I mean, the guy said he had a Chinese tree idol and all that. It all adds up. Everything adds up.
Seed to leaf, leaf to bud, sun and rain coax life from mud. Oh, hello. I didn't see you at first.
Good day, Naomi. Your cousin wasn't home, so we sprinkled the powder over the garden, just like you told us to.
You did? That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
You said something about teaching me some magic?
Oh, did I? Well, I suppose it's a small enough price to pay.
Naomi takes Aaron aside and teaches him some useful tips of the trade. Aaron is a quick and eager pupil. His new abilities come so naturally that he wonders he didn't sense these forces before.
She gave me poison magic.
You're good company. But I must get back to my garden.
It was a true honor to meet someone so gifted.
Better work on those compliments if you want to get anywhere with the...
Yes, yes. There's a nutberry quest around here too, isn't there? I still have the nutberries somewhere, don't I? Or maybe I don't. Maybe I dropped them somewhere. Oh no, I still got them. Yeah, I don't know why I felt like that was going to be harder than that. I don't know why. The woman hobbled outside to greet William and Aaron. Oh, you planted all the ceiling. That's wonderful. William brushed the dirt off his hands. They all seemed quite happy in their new homes. The woman handed William a round object. I'm not sure what this is, but I found it in a box buried at one of my planting sites. You can have it if you think it might come in handy on your travels. William thanked the woman, wishing a rapid healing. As the companions walked down the path, William showed Aaron the object, a dervish disc. Not bad compensation for just getting one's hands a little bit muddy. Wow, not just a dervish disc. She actually handed me 5 dervish discs. These are very expensive, but I obviously, given the fact that I just seem to be having trouble in those much harder battles, those are pretty valuable to me to give me some extra defense.
Thank you for seeing us on such short notice, High Brother.
How can I help you, my children?
We are looking for Simon, the child of Henna. He used to serve in Durst.
I remember him. Young, enthusiastic, with faith as clear as bells on a frosty morn. After the recent events in Durst, I thought it best to reassign him.
What happened in Durst?
Simon was a shepherd before he found Henna's light. Some of his former acquaintances passing through Durst recognized him and burned down his house. He was lucky to escape without harm. Apparently the shepherds do not take kindly to being abandoned by one they consider their own. I moved him south to avoid further trouble.
Where in the south?
The children are building a new chapel in Ravenna. I knew that a young, energetic man like Simon would be useful to that effort.
We have taken up enough of your time. Thank you.
Walk with Henna, my children.
We can't just waltz in through the main gate. I'm sure every guard in the city is looking for us.
Some of the roads in this game are so confusing. Like, I swear, like, the map looks so weird. So he said he's in Ravenna. See, normally when I played it, the game, like in previous games, I would actually have gone this way first. to just like level up my guys. So these guys should probably be a lot less strong as the guys I've been fighting. Kind of partially why I was having these battles were so hard fought. You know, because the guys are higher level. Yeah, so if you do go this way, obviously first you'll level up more before you go to the harder guys. But it kind of goes without saying, I went the other way first because, you know, it doesn't, you know, just kind of more streamline this process to make the video less, so I did not like just going in some random ass direction, you know, going backwards when I already went this way. You know, I think it's kind of logical to just go forward instead of going backwards. I might buy one of these books or one of these 2 books sometime. I mean, this one is really good. This tells a tale. But I mean, I don't know if I want to spend the money right now.
Of all the men they sing of, I'm the only one who's free.
What exciting adventure are you on? What makes you think we're on an adventure? Humans are always on an adventure. But you're a courier, aren't you? Don't you have a lot of adventures yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm a courier. Naku is my name, but as for adventures, none have come my way of late. This last run to Lavash was as dull as eggshells. Not a single mantis attack or anything.
I've always wondered about something, Naku. Most Traka seem to be isolationists, keeping to their own villages.
Wicks.
Sorry, keeping to their own wicks. But the few Traka humans do see are couriers. Why is that?
The excitement, the stories. Whenever something interesting happens, someone wants to send a message to someone else about it. We get to be there. I've always wondered why more humans don't write the message themselves instead of missing all the excitement.
What's the news from Ravenna? That's where we're headed.
Really? Are you going to help them build a new temple? That doesn't sound very exciting. When I left Ticoro, I hoped something interesting would be happening in Ravenna. I should have known better. Deliveries to priests are almost always dull. I hope I get a girlfriend run next.
You came from Ticoro?
Yes! Haven't you heard? The Imperial consort has been kidnapped.
I think we heard something about that, yes.
They captured the kidnappers, but they escaped. Soldiers are looking everywhere for them. Have you heard if they caught them yet?
I'm fairly certain they have not.
I hope I'm around when they do. Now that would be exciting.
I think we'd best be on our way now. We want to get to Cardone before nightfall.
Cardone? I thought you said you were going to Ravenna.
Oh, did I? What a silly mistake. Well, goodbye, Naku. Have an exciting day, but not too exciting.
So somebody just sent a courier to a priest. From Ticoro. it's time to use my other abilities. A well-dressed man answered William's knock. He looked at William's travel-stained garments. No thanks, not interested. We'd just like a moment of your time, sir. The man started to close the door. I said I'm not interested. Would it make a difference that if I told you that I'm William Escobar, the son of the governor of Pianda? The man looked dubious, and I suppose next you'll be telling me that you've also found the wreck of the Cyrillian. William smiled his second most beguiling smile. No, sir. I would never try to trick a man so obviously distinguished and intelligent. We just want to hear your opinions on the recent developments. The man opened the door wide. He inhaled deeply in oratical preparation. Well, I can see why you'd be interested and why you'd come to me for information. I am, after all, a successful merchant, quite possibly the most successful merchant in all of Ravenna. Yes, precisely. The new chapel marks a turning point for this sleepy little town, a real awakening. Why, when Felakmar himself agreed to officiate at the dedication ceremony, I said to myself, Eustace, this is just what Ravenna needs, a real blowout occasion, and you're just the man to pull it all together. When is the dedication to take place? Eustace blustered, don't know exactly, but we've already been told to expect an entourage of at least 30 priests, minor officials, security forces, and I don't know who else. It's quite an honor, yes sir, quite an honor. William's brow wrinkled. If you don't mind my asking, have you thought about where you're going to put all these people? How are you going to feed them? The drought must have caused a food shortage in this town too. Oh, don't worry about that. We haven't given it much thought yet. But I'm sure that when the townsfolk understand how important it is to put on a good face and our best foot forward, they'll join together with hands outstretched. Holding tars and feathers, William muttered under his breath. Thanks for condescending to speak with us, sir. I'll be sure to give your greetings to my father. The merchant visibly shivered with delight. Oh, you are too generous, Master Escobar. It's been a real pleasure meeting you. I only wish you had been able to spend more time. Well, even these few minutes seem like an eternity to me. Oh, that is so kind of you to say. Thinking twice, the man paused, then shrugging, he closed the doors. This must be Simon's house. William nodded. Funny how you can always tell where a child lives, but you're never quite sure how. The pair approached casually and so were completely unprepared when Imperial soldiers sprang upon them from the back. Aaron peered through the windows, but the house looked empty. There was no sign of any more soldiers or a priest of Henne. Do you think they heard him? Aaron asked, concerned. Well, no, they wouldn't dare. Besides, it's us they're after. I'd love to know how they knew where to find us. Brother Simon, Rachel and I cannot bear it waiting any longer. We want to be wed and begin our lives together. Every day we are apart is agony. Please make haste to Lavoche, where we await your blessing. Sincerely, George.
Scott, what are you doing here in Ravenna?
I developed a Ravenous appetite for Ravenna lamb cakes, and where better to eat them but in Ravenna. Mayor Rhodes beat Mayor Bravo.
Man, my friend is everywhere. You heard that little low sound, like that sound where it just gave a different sound? That's because of this thing, the lucky charm. What it does is it gives you another opportunity. You know how everything is, it's like a dice roll for like opening chests, for gambling. It'll sometimes when you're gonna fail, like you're gonna lose, it'll give you another roll of the dice. Also never used this before. Fidali paste can be used on armor, and it can neutralize poison when contacted. So I know these guys are using poison, so I'm going to put some Fidali paste on my armor. See, they sell pearls. Remember I mentioned the guy who will raise your bully up if you sell him pearl. If you give him a pearl, well, this guy sells pearls, so I could actually buy pearls. This is just a rigged game. I never played the game. It's just he's talking at length about some rigged game that you can't play. Look through the open doorway revealed a teacher sitting on the floor in the center of a ring of children. William noticed that the teacher was young and pretty. He sidled into the cottage. The teacher welcomed the guest to the classroom, inviting him to listen to the history lesson for the day. Blushing a bit under William's appreciative gaze, the teacher continued. Now, children, you remember that yesterday I told you about the war against the Gerolf before the founding of the Antaran Empire. Humans won that war at the Battle of Ulrich, where the Gerolf finally surrendered. To ensure the peace, we established a garrison of soldiers in the Harkoon Mountains. Can anyone tell me what the soldiers were called? A half-dozen hands flew into the air. The teacher pointed at one little girl. Yes, Dorona? They were called shepherds, ma'am, because they had to watch for the wolves. Very good, Dorona, but we call them Gerolf, not wolves. Has anyone ever seen a Gerolf? No hands raised. William lifted his hand tentatively. The teacher hesitated, then smiled. I see our new student would like to add something. Your name, sir? I'm William, ma'am. I've seen a Gerolf. In fact, I've seen several. The teacher played along. Well, William, can you tell us what your Gerolf looked like? Was he fierce and ferocious? Did he growl and try to bite you? Oh no, that's not what Gerolf are like at all. They're peaceful and friendly. The teacher stopped smiling. That must have been a tame Gerolf, children. The wild Gerolf live like animals up in the mountains, much the same as they did in the old days when the shepherds had to protect the empire against their return. William left the classroom in disgust. I can't believe the nonsense about the Gerolf she was filling their heads with. Aaron shook his head ruefully. They started the indoctrination process early around these parts. Good thing Kaylin wasn't here. William smiled. Actually, I think it would have been fun to put Kaylin and that teacher in a room together for a little while. The party was greeted by a disheveled woman with hair that looked like sparrows had been using it for housing. My name is Arlena. I'm a researcher for the museum in Ravenna. Would you like to come in? The companions followed the woman into her cottage, stopping dead in their tracks in amazement. The room was crammed from floor to roof beams with curiosities, objects of art, and stuffed animals, birds, and reptiles. Display cases of pinned insects vied for wall space with tapestries and masks. The air was heavy with the scent of dust and musk and aging leather. Things are a bit chaotic around here. My cottage serves as a warehouse for the museum's acquisitions. Everything needs to be identified, researched, and cataloged to ensure the correct installation in the museum. Elena shoved her hand through her hair, dislodging a spool of thread and quill pen. Oh dear. Aaron found his voice. It looks like you've got one of everything in the world here. Elena laughed. Oh no, not by half. In fact, there's a very particular item I'm searching for. I'm supposed to finish up an exhibit on mechanical locks, but I'm missing a lever chest. The display won't be complete without one. Aaron recalled the lever chest they found nearby. He told Arlena its location. As she thanked him, Aaron Aaron, the title thanked him. Aaron, the title of a volume atop a pile of books caught his eye. Locking mechanisms. The researcher noticed Aaron's interest. Fascinating reading. I'm afraid I can't let you borrow it. It's part of the museum's collection, but you're welcome to stay and read it. Aaron took her up on the offer, and the companions huddled around the book. When the last page was turned a few hours later, everyone gained a greater understanding of the inner workings of lock mechanisms. So it's 6 to lockpick. Since I already had him maxed out, William now has higher than lockpicking ability.
That's not right.
Shh.
isn't it? Stop blocking. God damn it.
You're Simon, aren't you?
Yes, that is my name.
We went to your house in Ravenna. Cavern's guards were swarming all over the place. How did you escape capture?
Guards? At my house? I know nothing about that.
We were granted an audience with High Brother Mar in Ticoro. He said we'd find you working on the new chapel in Ravenna. What are you doing in Lavash?
A few days ago, a Tricard delivered a message requesting that I come east to perform a marriage ceremony. Since weddings are Henna's delight, I made haste to Lavash.
I wonder why someone would go to the expense of hiring a Tricard messenger when the distance between Lavash and Ravenna is no more than a day's walk at most.
Stranger yet is that I haven't been able to discover who sent the message. Unless someone got cold feet at the crucial moment, no one in Lavash was planning to get married.
We had a chance to meet your mother at the Easton Amphitheater. She made us swear we'd pass along her enduring, affectionate, undying love, 1,000 kisses and twice as many hugs.
That's my mother, all right. Is there something else you wished from me?
Your mother told us that you used to belong to the Shepherds. I assure you, we have nothing to do with them personally. We're just trying to find out more about them. Can you tell us why you left their organization?
Henna tells me that you mean no harm, so I will answer your questions. When my friends first joined the Shepherds, I went along just to see what they were like. I guess I got carried away by the feeling of brotherhood and enthusiasm for the cause. But then, after what we did to that poor grove...
Yes, go on. What happened to the growth?
The Shepherds believe that the growth brought the pox to the humans. The Shepherd Credo calls for the extraction, by force if necessary, of all growth in human-held territory. Well, one day, we learned that a pack of growth was camped close by. After drinking a potion that enhanced our ability to move stealthily, we crept up on the camp and waited. I'm sorry. This is still very hard for me to talk about. Give me a moment.
You were caught up in the excitement. You didn't understand the secret agenda.
Yes, you understand. If I had suspected, well, let me tell it and be done. A young growth ventured beyond the fire ring to fetch water. We rushed him, all of us, against one who was barely more than a pup. We had him down before he could call to the others. He had no chance. After that night, I could not sleep but to see the growth's bloody corpse in dreams. I left the Shepherds, turning away from the hatred and fear to find comfort and hope with the children. My days are now filled with the grace of His love, though the murdered growth still haunts my sleep.
Yes, go on. We have reason to believe that the Shepherds are now involved in more than growth bashing. They may be responsible for the kidnapping of the Imperial Consort. Can you tell us the location of Shepherd headquarters?
Considering what's at risk, I'm surprised High Brother Mar didn't tell you himself. I told him all I knew about the Shepherds during my indoctrination to the arm of Henna.
If it was a private conversation, I suspect you didn't want to break your confidence. Besides, we didn't think to ask him.
Will you tell us? The two of you plan to confront the Shepherds at their home base? That's madness. It goes against Henna's teachings for me to aid and abet a suicide mission.
Fear not, Simon. We have too great a love for life to throw it away needlessly. We will use your information to try to save the consort, for his is a life that must not be lost.
Not if we want to keep ours anyway.
Very well, though I don't see how you manage it. I will tell you all I know. The Shepherds make their headquarters in a cave system near St. Adrian's Head, the lake northeast of Ticoro. You need a talisman to enter the caves. I buried mine in my garden in Ravenna. A symbolic gesture that good things might grow from my past mistakes. You're welcome to it.
Thank you for your help.
May Henna's light shine on your path.
And with that, I'm going to end this video. It's gone on kind of long enough. In the next video, we're going to finish what we started. We're going to find the Shepherd headquarters. that's kind of pointless. Thanks for watching.